Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreath.
If I lose my train of thought in the next 4 minutes, it's because I'm thinking about that Powerball jackpot. Anyway, take a look right here at this beautiful scene at the Mount Shasta Resort. So many pretty scenes like this down in Siskiyou County. And we still have, of course, as you just saw from the camera, snow flowing down in southern Siskiyou County. But for the most part, elsewhere, just a few flurries flying there on the east side. Definitely not seeing the activity that we saw earlier this morning. Now, Stormcast it's kind of been flaky all day, so just take that into account when you look at it. It's definitely picking up on more shower activity than what's actually there right now. But it is saying that there's going to be another surge in moisture, and some of the other models sort of agree with that, but this is getting very aggressive. I'm not sure if it will be this aggressive going into the overnight hours, but if it is, this would be quite the snow event for the valley, adding on top of the snow that is already on the ground, albeit the snow will have melted by then. But in some of these other locations where the snowpack is deeper, this will add on to that. So most of that should dissipate by the time we get into Wednesday morning, just a few snow showers left. And then by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon, really the basin has a hard time letting go of some of those showers. But as we head into the evening, look how clear it gets on Stormcast. We haven't seen it be this clear in a while, so that is definitely good for travel conditions. And as you can see, snow levels, they're at 2,500 feet, or they will be today, which means that if moisture really does come to fruition like what we saw on Stormcast, anything in the Rogue Valley would transition back into rain. But if we have that surge of moisture later tonight, those snow levels bottoming out at 1,500, that would mean that everything would transition back into snow. So a little bit of flip-flopping there for you. And as we take a look at some of these forecast snowfall totals over the next 48 hours, just a trace to a few inches on the east side down in the Shasta and Rogue valleys, and then a little bit more substantial snowfall at Crater Lake and at the Mount Ashland ski area. But just speaking of those two, Crater Lake saw 27 inches of snowfall in the last 24 hours, and the Mount Ashland ski area saw 100 inches of snow over the past 10 days. So we're not going to see robust totals like that, but we certainly could have some snowfall over the next 48 hours. Speaking of the Mount Ashland ski area, there is a great snowpack there if you want to go shred the gnar today. Those temperatures, they're going to be in the low 20s. And then at the Mount Shasta ski park, also a great base, 54 inches there, but also pretty cold conditions. You saw whiteout conditions there from our camera there at the Mount Shasta Resort. So for today, again, maybe that surge of moisture comes back in. Like I said, Stormcast is being a little bit flaky, but otherwise we'll be cold. We're going to be in the 30s in our west side valleys. We'll also be in the 30s and 20s on the east side, 40s there along the coast. And then for tonight, very cold. We're going to dip back down into the teens on the east side, 30s and 20s in our west side valleys with 30s there along the coast. And that's going to contribute to more slippery road conditions. And as we look forward to the next 7 days, as far as this week is concerned, things really start to wind down tomorrow, but then looking ahead to next week, boy, if the models are right about next Monday, we could be in for a very long week and a very potent event at that, but there's still a lot of time to sort out the details. So here's your 7-day forecast, a very active stretch of weather along the coast, albeit not quite as active as what we saw over the past week. And then in Siskiyou County, again, we could have additional snowfall there, but not nearly the totals we were seeing over the weekend. And then it looks like we dry out just in time for 2022. Although it's going to be very cold. Look at that low temperature on Saturday night for the Klamath Basin. 4 degrees. That is just, I don't even want to think about that. And then in the mountains, also, we're going to have a hard time even making it above freezing for the next 7 days. And then in the Rogue Valley, again, we'll have that surge of moisture tonight. If the models are right, that would add to the snow that's already in the Rogue Valley. And then it looks like we don't even make it out of the 30s until next Monday.
Okay, well, don't love that, but good news for the drought monitor, definitely.
Absolutely, and I can't wait. I have Thursday circled on my calendar for when the drought monitor comes out. I know, fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think there's going to be really good improvements.
I mean, I don't see how there can't be with everything that we've been seeing.
Like it's knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean, now that I jinxed it, thanks, Anna. Well, thank you, Josh.
Of course.